Okay, so you have finally decided to dump that old TV of yours and buy a new smart TV for yourself or maybe for your parents. You shop online, you search for smart TV, and you apply all the filters like size, panel type, refresh rate, and even the operating system. But have you ever stopped to think about color gamut and coverage? Probably not. And that's okay. Because today, here at Lumio, I'm going to simplify it for you so that you can understand the finer details of what it takes to produce color. So the story starts almost 100 years ago when the International Commission of Illumination, yes, that's a real commission, devised this chart called the chromaticity diagram. Basically, it represents every color the human eye can see. And this was done to standardize color management and color systems across different industries. And almost 50 years after this, in 1982, we had our first ever defined color standard called Rec 601 for those old CRT TVs. This standard basically defined the limits of what TV hardware at the time could display and what the content could be shot and presented in. Then, as time passed, we had more and more evolving standards. In the 1990s, there was sRGB, which was based for internet, digital media, and computers, and was also known as Rec 709 in the HD TV world. As cinema transitioned from film to digital, the SMPT defined the DCI-P3 standard, offering a broader color spectrum. And for years, high-end cinemas were the pinnacle for color coverage. But then about 10 years ago, as 4K TVs rolled out, HDR came into the picture and it put a big dent in the entire color world because it defined yet another color space. Rec 2020 or Rec 2100, which is way bigger than Rec 709 sRGB and marginally bigger than DCI-P3. And right now, that's where we are at. Now, although we spoke about all these different color gamuts, they differ not only in terms of how many individual colors can be displayed, but also the white point, which determines a warmer or a cooler tone. Today, DCI-P3 is the default color standard for most consumer electronic devices. In fact, most smartphones advertise 95 to 99% DCI-P3, and even Apple's $6,000 Pro Display XDR offers 100% DCI-P3 color. But what about TVs? Well, it's kind of all over the place. Most TVs don't actually disclose an official color gamut number, and even if they do promise a 100% color volume, it always comes with a big asterisk. It's usually 100% of just sRGB, which is a standard from the 90s, if you can recall. So what can you trust these days? Now, there are some savvy publications like Artings and Digit India who do the rigorous testing and publish numbers online, and according to them, the best of the best flagship QLED and OLED TVs hit 90 to 95% on DCI-P3 and 69 to 80% on Rec 2020. But what if we could go even further? Now, I think we can all agree that the TV is the biggest screen in your home and it deserves to have the best, most accurate colors possible. And that's why when the team here at Lumio set out to build the Lumio Vision series, we ensured that our TVs are not just the fastest, but also the best looking TVs on the market. We sourced the most premium components like a pure blue LED backlight, a dedicated quantum dot sheet, premium IPS panels, and an extremely high-grade VA panel for our 50-inch. Now, just putting various parts together doesn't really ensure the best quality. And this is where the process of tuning comes into the picture. Tuning is basically the process of squeezing out the best picture quality from the raw hardware. Basically, you can think of it as balancing the reds, greens, and blues of the picture along with various other factors like contrast and brightness. We use some very high-end reference monitors which are used to master films, and we took that as the benchmark for accuracy. Now, even though accuracy is one thing, we also know that some people really like those popping colors in their TV. So we actually went ahead and created something for all. The standard mode is the best all-rounder for most people with accurate colors, punchy contrast, and a cooler white point, while the movie mode uses the D65 white point, which is the preferred white point for mastering films. Although it is slightly warmer, it gives you the colors the way they were intended. Our movie mode is actually the most accurate one, and it can actually reach one of the highest color gamut coverages of 114% DCI-P3 and 81% Rec 2020, which beats out everything else. Now let's talk about HDR for a second. Engineers from Dolby themselves took a crack at tuning our Dolby Vision mode for the most accurate tone mapping performance for these panels. Now, we know that delta E value for a TV basically tells you the difference between the input signal and the color that's output on the display. And while it's very complex to calculate a delta E value, all you need to know is that lower the delta E value, the better the accuracy. And when we measure the delta E value in HDR for our Lumio TVs, it's at a staggeringly low 1.08, which rivals some high-end OLED TVs as well. Now, this entire package or this entire system of an insanely capable panel and our awesome tuning sauce is something what we are calling a deeply optimized picture experience, or dope display for short. Now, the thing is, in today's market, it is really important for TVs to not just offer capable displays alone, but also be tuned well. So yes, do look out for the color volume number the next time you're shopping for a TV. And while you're at it, do check out the Lumio Vision TVs as well. Also, comment down below if you found this video helpful, if you learned something today, and share this with a friend who you think might be getting a new TV, and subscribe to Lumio for more such amazing content. Till next time, this has been KD from Lumio, tech that sparks joy.